It's time for the state of the county, Anderson County, with Anderson County Administrator Rusty Burns. What's going on in Anderson County people need to know about?
We had a council meeting where we're looking at different alternatives for health insurance for county employees. And so that's taken up a great deal
Remind
of time.
people that didn't hear about that what the plan is. I mean, what the idea is.
Well, what we're looking at is we've been with Plan Forever. And that plan currently costs Anderson County $9 million a year. And it's going up 7 to 8% a year. That's not what's driving this. That's a big portion of it. But we're looking at alternatives that could provide better care for our employees. And we think we've hit upon a solution, which really is a combination of several things, that will lower their prescription prices, probably lower the rate of doctor visits, and in essence, we would become self-insured. We would become our own insurance agency. And so we're looking at that. We're probably about 80% along in making that decision. So that's a very delicate decision to make, so we're looking at that.
And it's very local. It brings most of the decisions right here to Anderson. We don't have to call New Yorkers on where.
And involving a great many of the businesses are local Anderson County businesses who would be involved in it. So if something goes wrong, we can ride down the street and hit them in the head. So it's not like we're going to New York or some other place to find out what the problem is.
Or even Columbia.
Or even Columbia. So we're going to do that. And another council meeting. I forgot we had 2 council meetings this week. Again, had first reading on another new industry for Anderson County. Around 35 jobs, very high tech, international firm, probably paying $25 to $35 an hour, which is right in the wheelhouse we want to be, very specialized. So we've had first reading on that one. We've got 2 more back-to-back coming, 2 more industries, which make a total of 3 new industries. We've got some very exciting expansions coming up in the near future with companies that we've worked to bring here, and they're thriving. TTI continues to expand even more than what they originally told us and what we originally worked with them to do. I mean, that's growing leaps and bounds. First Quality's growing leaps and bounds. We know we opened up the Michelin plant that was temporarily idle, the big earth mover tire plant, so that's going back online. So there are more job opportunities there. And if you look around, just about, if you want a job, you can get a job. And if you don't have training, we've got about 5 different ways that you can get training. And as you know, we've started a program in some of the areas that you might not consider job rich to try to reach segments of our population with classes that will tell them how to prepare for an interview, what to do, some basic interviewing skills, soft skills, and things like that. So we've already had our first class to graduate from that, so we're looking to start our second class on that.
And there's jobs run from people who are high school diplomas all the way up to people with PhDs.
And that's what's so great, because one of our prime things that we look at, there are 2 things, and I know people get tired of me saying this, but 2 things that I look at that mean more than anything else is how many number of our kids are on free or reduced lunch. Okay, that's where the rubber hits the road right there, and I want to see a big decrease in that. The other thing is, what is our average wage rate, and that has gone up about $3 in about 9 years, but I want it to go up higher. And what we're trying to do is provide good careers, good job opportunities for everybody in Anderson County, and to provide attractive things for our children to stay here in this community. But what you're seeing now is we're having children from other communities coming in here because the job opportunities are going to be here.
And we don't have enough kids in our community.
And we don't have enough kids in our community. And what's so nice is to see some of them coming back home and saying, hey, I don't have to go live over here, you know? I can come back home and do everything I want in my career. So we're excited about that.
And that training is about to expand next year when the Anderson Institute of Technology opens, and we can target those training to the...
Which will be a godsend when the Anderson Institute of Technology opens. Tri-County Tech is going to be building right across from the Arthrex site. They're going to be building a new training facility.
Arthrex hiring. They're hiring a little at a time.
Trickling hiring right now. And So we're excited about that. We're excited about the people who've been here forever. You know, we're excited about what's going down on in Electrolux, because this is where they do their research on their freezers and things like that. And that stuff, you know, you think it's mundane. It's not mundane.
And they moved a big portion down here.
A big portion of research and
From
development
Wisconsin.
right here. And I mean, they're a huge employer, about 2,500 people. I mean, you got JPS doing remarkable things here in Anderson County. E&I, an Irish company that we enticed to come here probably about 4 or 5 years ago, they keep expanding and expanding, and they make switch gear, but they make sexy switch gear for things that aren't normal, where you can't buy it off the rack.
And that's a high-tech, high-paying
So
job.
that is very high tech, very high paying. We're getting a lot of new restaurants coming in, and more to come, and things that we're not used to. But I can also tell you that all of our local restaurants, or at least the ones that I go to, seem to be thriving and doing very, very well. And I don't know, just everything is going very good now, but we want it to go even more gooder than it is right now.
Well, what are some of the gooder things we want to do looking out over the next year, between now and the end of next
Well,
year?
the council would like to get that building behind the old courthouse started. So hopefully we will be talking about a contract with the developer on that next Tuesday. And we'll begin that process on what it's going to look like, how many stories it's going to be, is it going to fit in, because we want to make sure it fits in, because none of us want to be associated with an eyesore that will be around for 200 years.
You know, what are the county goals? What would you like to see? What would the county like to see?
What I like seeing there, I think the only two county businesses that should be in there, or operations, should be economic development, to put our best foot forward, and then put CVB, or Convention and Visitor Center Bureau, so somebody could actually find it. Because now we have a CVB that you can't find. And even if we tell you how to get there, you can't find
You
it.
can't tell somebody how to get there.
So they need to be in there. We don't want an 8 to 5 or a 9 to 5 building. What we want is a building that cranks up early in the morning and has something going on all hours of the day. Could there be residential in the top of it? Absolutely. That'd be wonderful. It puts people downtown. Would we like to see a restaurant there? Absolutely. We'd love to see a restaurant there. There's just so many things that we want to put there.
Observation deck on top.
And if there's any way, I want an observation deck up there so that people in Anderson County can go up and see what they're a part of. You know, because people in Anderson County are really proud about being from Anderson County. And while we're extremely critical on ourselves, we're also extremely big in, not the negative term boosterism, but we like to brag about what we're doing because we're proud of what we're doing. So it's just that's going
coming up.
on.
What
Yeah,
else?
we're building the bathroom, the 2-story bathroom out at Green Pond. We have another major tournament that we haven't announced yet, but in a couple of weeks we got the couples bass tournament coming over here. We're excited about that. We've got Little League state tournaments coming in. Our soccer, we don't have enough soccer fields right now. If we had 4 more soccer fields right now, we still wouldn't have enough
And
soccer
council's
fields.
doing an evaluation of all of our parks and services to
Councilman
try to
Wooten-
figure out where to use the
Councilman
resources.
Wooten is leading a committee in an effort to find out where the best place. I will tell you this, and this is interesting. We do surveys all the time to find out, try to get a feeling of what the public wants. And we have a meeting on recreation 8:30 Monday morning. But we have never received responses like we have on what would you like to see for recreation in Anderson County. It surpasses every other survey we've ever done. You know that we put out the Kid Venture project out for bids, the architecture part of it. So we're excited about that, and we want to have the first all-inclusive park in Anderson County. So no matter what's good with you, what is maybe different, what maybe holds you back, that you will be able to go to that park and you can enjoy it just like
It's one of the
everybody
few
else.
anywhere around, right?
It will be one of the few, and it's probably going to cost us $1 million. Rotary Club's done a fantastic job raising money. We've put money into it, and we have a large partner who has expressed a lot of interest in helping us make this a reality.
And on the ground, Julia Woodson keeps trying to raise money.
And she keeps trying to raise money, and God bless her for that. And so that's going on. We still have a tremendous need for recreation in the Powdersville area. I'm just telling you we do. And recreation costs money, but it adds to the quality of life. And then people want to move here, and that helps the quality of life. Just a lot of things going on right now. And we have more things to do every day.
Are there any big challenges facing council and the county that we're working on right now?
Well, I think really one of them is we need some more money for roads and we need more money for recreation. And those are two big challenges we have because that's what the public wants. This is not something that we're sitting around in an ivory tower going, boy, we think this is what we need.
So in November, the hospitality tax advisory referendum.
That will go on there.
Right,
Yes,
that's not a binding referendum.
It's not a
an
binding
advisory
referendum. It's an advisory referendum. So that will give people a chance to take a real poll, a poll that matters.
But the other referendum, though, is a binding referendum.
And the alcohol Sunday sales, that is a binding referendum. Right. And it can only be instituted by a referendum, by the people voting. That's right. The only way that can happen.
And that came to be because everybody was getting calls from people in their district saying, hey, right across the street, there are city people serving whatever they want, and I can't serve it because I'm in the county. It's already being served in the cities and municipalities, just not in the...
And people have mixed feelings on alcohol, okay? Right. That is a bona fide, legitimate point of view. But when you're selling it and there's an imaginary line, there are a lot of chain restaurants, I'm talking about upscale chain restaurants that aren't here because that's a part of their profit potential. And I think that would help. That's not the end all be all, but it would provide a level playing field. In Pendleton, which has Sunday alcohol sales, okay? Half of their revenue, sales revenue, comes from the QT in Pendleton. Half of the entire town. That's not me saying that. That's the town administrator saying that. So I'll vote it down. It's working just fine here. So you have that. And there were a couple of towns that were thinking to do it. Belton was going to put it on the ballot, but now since the county is, they don't have to. West Pelzer was thinking about doing it. And so we'll see the results of that and see how that comes out.
And talking about roads, and I know this is Vision Cast, you got into next year. Are there any plans to revisit vehicle tax or anything with council?
They might look at that, but right now what we have is we've had increased money in the Anderson County Transportation Fund, which can do state and county roads. That fund is growing. We still haven't reaped all of the benefits of the huge state highway project. So if you ride around Anderson County, there's a whole lot of paving going on. That money's coming out of a whole lot of different pots. And those roundabouts that you're seeing everywhere, which are safer for people to ride on.
Once they learn to use them.
Once they learn to, after you get over that learning curve, you're all right. But the whole purpose on that is, and I was asking, explain this to me so I can explain it. It says, you don't have people running into the side of you. It does away with those collisions. Now, you might get in there until you figure out what to do. You might scrape a fender or something, but somebody's not plowing right to the side of your car and killing you. So we got that going on.
And Christmas is coming.
Christmas is coming.
You're going to play some music out of the clock tower this year?
We play music every Friday and Saturday night in downtown Anderson. And we crank it up around 4 o'clock on Friday. And we crank it up 5 o'clock on Saturday. We cut it off at 10 so people won't raise Cain at us. But I will tell you what we did last Sunday for the first time. From 8 to 10, we played gospel music from the courthouse tower. In the first artist we featured was Elvis Presley's gospel songs. So we might do that again, but we will definitely have Christmas music booming out of the courthouse clock tower.
Do we have any surprises for the Christmas tree this year?
We have been watering the Christmas tree with electric fertilizer.
Well, nobody noticed last year you were watering it, and you're watering it again this year.
And we're watering it.
So we have a surprise announcement coming up before the big tree lighting.
You have to continue to put that electric fertilizer on that tree.
And the third year is almost to the break-even point we would have been paying.
Yes.
To get a tree in.
And no tree died. No tree had to die.
And no tree over there had to die by trying to turn it into a Christmas tree on the square.
No. And it will make you feel so good when you look outside the window and see the number of people who come to have their picture made, all hours of the day and night, come. And I'm talking to the Right Honorable Kerry Jones now, because it's been traditionally, we didn't do it last year, have the Christmas tree lighting after Thanksgiving. But so many people come home for Thanksgiving, and they may not be able to make it here for Christmas. So once again, whether we have the ceremony or not, we lighten that sucker up before Thanksgiving so the families can come downtown and see that Christmas tree.
Well, to wrap up the September, we'll talk about Christmas a little closer as we'll do in the October and November State of the County.
We got to get through Halloween.
But
look for the bright pumpkins in the courthouse.
Bright pumpkins and some new ghost stories on the TV station.
And then new ghost stories.
We want to remind people this year was the first time we had pop-up farmers market in conjunction with you mentioned Kerry Jones with the downtown Thursday night block party,
and a huge success. People enjoyed it very, very much, and we're going to continue to grow with that. When we made those changes in the farmers market to let people come in from outside of Anderson County, here's the key thing. Before this, since we don't raise any shrimp in Anderson County, we couldn't offer shrimp at the farmers market. But now they bring them up fresh that day or the day before, and you can buy fresh shrimp at the Anderson County.
And it's still
Farmers
open.
Market. And it's still
and
open.
If people have not been lately, Sharon's got them out into the parking lots with tents. There's so many vendors now.
So many vendors down there, and so we're happy about those changes that were made, and we're very happy. One thing we've been talking about, emergency preparedness and everything. Our animal shelter is ready for the hurricane, and we have been reaching out to other shelters and offering our services and helping them on this. So we're taking care of the humans. We're taking care of the animals.
And just to throw in, because you and David were talking before I interviewed him just now, y'all are also looking out for the nonprofits and the people who are doing shelters in the area with resources from the county as much as you can to help them as well.
We have helped people secure chainsaws. We have helped people hopefully secure a generator, which I think we just did about 30 minutes ago, a nonprofit. And anything we can do. Those nonprofits carry the load. I mean, the council recently allocated around $20,000 to the Salvation Army to build 20 new beds for the homeless, which would pretty much take care of all of the homeless in the immediate downtown area. So we're very happy about that. We partner with the Salvation Army a lot on that to take care of the homeless.
And if people aren't
situation.
familiar with that, they can. I'll put a link up to the YouTube video of the new interview with a very impressive captain down there, Rob Dolby, and the work he's doing.
And Rob Dolby is a blessing, and I hope that he never leaves here.
Well, that takes care of September.
Sounds good.
Before Halloween, we'll do the state of the county for October.
There you go. There you go.